to join in.
Something over there.
Hey, my goodness. Hi, everybody. We were looking at the birds and stuff happening over there. How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday morning. I'm Walter, your independent travel agent with Where's Walter Travel. And as always, my lovely wife, Rebecca, sitting right off camera. Happy Sunday, everybody. It's February 9th. It is beautiful here in Orlando. I hope it's lovely where you are. Like we got like those 3 weeks a year where it's absolutely gorgeous here in Orlando without too much humidity and all that good stuff. Sue's here. Eric is here. There's Sherry, Rick, Betty, Eileen. Good morning, everybody. And we got a whole bunch of folks on TikTok as well. Good morning, Cindy. Well, and a very good morning to everybody who is going to be joining us in just a couple of days. Let me get that. Oh, my goodness. It is finally here. Our Valentine's group cruise is here. Most of you are going to be traveling tomorrow to get into Tampa. We're going to be driving in on Tuesday morning. Cannot wait to get there and see everybody. I was on the Islander last week. She still looks great. She looks absolutely fabulous. I was so excited to see that they're maintaining the ship well, and I hope you all got your schedules. We got a lot of fun stuff planned on it, but most of all, I just hope you all come on and enjoy the ship. Hello from DC. Hi, Lady D. How you doing? So, folks, if you're new to the channel, I am Walter, your independent travel agent. We book cruises, land, luxury, expedition. Our services are 100% free to you. We don't charge you a dime. And if we can help you in any way with your travels, you can go to where'swaltertravel.com, or wherever you're watching me, there's links in my profile. There are links in my in the description down there. So if we can help you in any way, or if you want to learn about any of our group cruises, please go on there and come join us on a cruise. We have so many group cruises right now, and we have more to announce soon. Not yet, but we have more to announce soon. But for everybody who is traveling to Tampa tomorrow and Tuesday, please be safe. We're going to see you on the ship. I am so excited. Oh, my gosh. Peggy says, great haircut, Walter. I have an amazing stylist, an absolutely amazing stylist. So thank you. I had to get myself all pretty and ready for the Margaritaville Islander. So, Cindy, you're jealous. I'm sorry. Hey, Aura, how are you? Ashley, you're cruising with a fellow cancer survivor in June. Well, cheers to that. Cheers to that. That's exciting. Happy Sunday. Cool beans. Have we ever been on Oceania? Actually, yes, we have. I don't have a lot of content up, but we were on the Oceania Serena a year ago, Christmas, and we've got a big group that we're taking with us on the Oceania Riviera when are we going? In June, up to Alaska. So Oceania is a great cruise line. In fact, one of the things that we were noticing was that there are hints that an app is finally coming. So they don't have an app yet, but there are hints that it's finally coming, which makes sense because they're owned by Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings, and Norwegian Cruise Line has an app. And if you've ever been on Royal Caribbean or Celebrity, especially if you've been on both, you know, they have literally the same app on both cruise lines. They just reskinned it and changed it around. So it does sound like Oceania is finally going to get an app. Now, Oceania
I wouldn't say anytime soon.
You never know. But yes, cool bean. In fact, if you want to come with us, we still got room, and Oceania still has some great rates. We're going June 26th through July 8th of this year. It's a 12-night cruise out of Seattle. Typically, I wouldn't sail out of Seattle. I always recommend going out of, like Whittier or Vancouver, doing the one-ways. But because this is a 12-night, and because some of the port stops are up to 14 hours, it's like, okay, round-trip Seattle actually works because, Oceania is the food is amazing. The service is amazing. The Riviera has the cooking classes on it, so we're actually going to do a cooking class on one of the days. We're doing dessert, of course. We had to do dessert.
Well, mostly because I wasn't overly interested in the other two.
Yeah. But I think there's around 35 of us going, and we've also booked an optional external excursion, which is going to be Harv and Marv whale watching. And that's going to be, if anybody's watching and is going to Alaska and you're going to Juneau, Harv and Marv whale watching, they are the best. They are the absolute best. We don't book them. We don't get anything from them. We just tell you to go to them and book. They're absolutely amazing. So we're setting that up. But yeah, Oceania had really two sizes of ships. They have three classes, but they really have two sizes. They have the R class that's around 700 passengers, and then they have I don't even know what they call them, but they got the Marina Riviera that's around 1,200 passengers, then the Allura and the Vista, which are around 1,200 passengers as well. And the Vista, Allura, those are the newest ones. This is the first year that they've sent a bigger ship, 1,200 passengers, a bigger ship to Alaska. And so we're really excited about it. So yeah, I would highly recommend. Basically in Alaska, you know, we kind of like we're Princess Holland America, and then like Oceania, maybe Azamara are like right below that now. So yeah, really, really good. But yeah, if anybody wants to join us, what is it, June 26th through July 8th of this year, still got some really good rates on that cruise. Even though our group rates are gone, there's still some really, really good rates. Lady Di, it is Harb and Marb, literally Harb and Marb, HARB, MARB. They're in Juneau. They're the best. Have we ever been on the Mardi Gras, Tyler? Yes, actually, we have been on the Mardi Gras. And in fact, I have a whole playlist. You're watching on TikTok. I have a whole playlist on TikTok. I have a whole playlist on YouTube. We had a great time on the Mardi Gras. I highly, highly recommend on those Excel class ships, the extended balconies on the side of the ship. They're right above. They're where that big curved glass comes out, where they have the big atrium. They call it Grand Central on Mardi Gras. They call it other things on the other ships. But where that glass curves out, right above it, they have these extended balconies, and they are fabulous, absolutely fabulous. We took family with us, and we had three balconies side by side, and we opened them all up, and it was like having a front porch. I think we spent more time on the balcony on that cruise than just about any other cruise. We were all like hanging out on our front porch. Really lovely. So yeah.
Except for Virgin Cruises, where at least for me, I might take a nap and read in the hammock. But
yeah, Rebecca just hogs that hammock on Virgin Voyages, which is why
I object.
What are you objecting about? I think I've been in it maybe 1 hour.
Because you're never in the cabin at all.
I'm never in the cabin.
You're wandering around.
I'm always out and about on the ship.
How are you supposed to be in the hammock if you're not in the cabin?
And then when I come back, you know, the hammock is somehow just taken, so it's gone. So
because first come, first served.
Yeah,
not my fault.
Hey, Mimi. Hey, Gary. How's everybody doing? Donna's here. Alex is here. Sue and Phil are here. Oh my goodness. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. And again, if y'all have questions about cruising or anything cruise related or travel related, you know, we do book land, luxury expedition. We book it all. So happy to answer your questions. So Vibe, how's the roller coaster? That's the only thing that's attracting you to Carnival. Okay, so I
can't say as I would book just for that.
Yeah, I would not book just for the roller coaster. I mean, it's about a 30-second ride. It's something like that. You know, you go around twice. I mean, it's okay. What's unique about it is that it's on a cruise ship. The one that Disney has on the Adventure, now that is a roller coaster. That is a longer roller coaster. I mean, it's okay. It's $15. I'm a big roller coaster junkie. I mean, when I'm at Universal, I will be on Velocicoaster all day long if I could. And I love roller coasters. The faster, the higher, the better. I didn't do it. I didn't think it was worth $15 just to do it. What
I would say is if you're already interested in the Mardi Gras,
yes,
that's fine to go on it and try it out.
Yes.
If that's the absolute only thing you want to do, don't go on the ship.
Yeah, but the ship is great. I mean, there's so much good food. There's great entertainment. You know, they got all they got the the fortune teller bar, which is amazing. See, Chris said it was worth it once. So you got to want to go on the ship. Okay. The roller coaster is just a neat add-on. But you really got to want to do it. Kind of like the ice skating rink. I've been on multiple ships with the ice skating rink. I've ice skated once. It was really cool. It was fun to do. And I will do it again, but it's not like I went on the ship because of the ice skating rink. So now I do want to go on the quantum class ship specifically for the skydiving and the bumper cars, but we just haven't made it work yet. So let's make sure I didn't miss any other questions there. Oh my gosh, Sue and Phil. Yeah, it's getting warm around here already. So I can't wait. I don't know who else watching here that's going on our big Margaritaville cruise, but oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see you all. Ivory, you're going on to World America in April. Wow, have some fun. They just announced Dirty Dancing. It's coming. It's Dirty Dancing, the concert. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that comes off.
And hopefully by that time, they'll have the terminal completely ready to go.
Wow. Your sister's looking for help with World America. Can we help her out? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just go ahead and reach out. Where's waltertravel.com, or you'll see the link down below. Now, I will say, my schedule is very, there's not a lot of time to schedule an appointment with me this coming week because we are going to be on the ship. We have a total of 150 people going with us between myself and my fellow agent, Alyssa. We're bringing the groups together. So we got 150 people. We're going to be on the ship for 6 nights. I cleared a lot of my schedule because obviously we've got a lot of things going on. But if you need like immediate assistance or you really need some help and you can't schedule time on my schedule, just reach out by email. I'll be able to fit in things in pockets of time, but I didn't just want to leave time open because we got 150 people on the ship and we're going to be doing a lot of things. We're going to be having some fun. So I really want to enjoy some time with our fellow guests and clients that are going to be on there. So yeah. MSC or Royal Caribbean? Yes. It depends on what you're looking for, right? So Royal Caribbean, you're probably going to pay up to 3 times as much for the same stateroom. But what do you get with Royal Caribbean? You get a lot of stuff, depending on the ship you're going on. You could get, ice skating and flow riders and bumper cars and skydiving and amazing Broadway shows and ice shows and water shows. There's like so much going on. With MSC, you're going to pay a heck of a lot less, and you're going to have a theater up front. You're going to have some performers throughout the ship, and you don't have all the dining venues, okay? You have, although like World America now has more dining venues, but on most of the ships, it's mainly the main dining room and your buffet. Those are like the 2 main. You don't have like all those eateries all throughout that are included. They do have additional eateries, but you have to pay for them. I think it's one of those things that I think everybody should try both. I mean, MSC seems to be trying to work on their service. I've heard better stories, like Sue and Phil were just on, and they said they had excellent service, so that was good. Yeah, I think it's really a toss-up.
And you also have to be very aware of what Royal Caribbean ship you're looking at, because they're vastly different going on.
They are.
Serenade of the Seas versus Oasis.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest thing too. A lot of people, even MSC now, because they got the World America coming out. So you go to the website, you see all these amazing things to do. And we've had people come to us and go, well, yeah, I went on Norwegian. My kids didn't like it. And it's like, well, what ship did you go on? Well, the Gem. I don't even know if the Gem has a water slide on it, just because it's Norwegian, like they were expecting all these super cool things for the family. Well, those are on the breakaway class ships and up. They're not on the smaller ship. So Royal Caribbean, the same way, they have very, very small ships that don't have a lot of things on them. So you got to be very aware. But I think everybody should try both. I mean, I'm warming up more to MSC. Their ships are absolutely beautiful. The coffee's amazing and the pizza is really, really good. So yeah, why not? Let me jump over here for a second. Alex is asking, the VV group cruise, $100 sailor loot on top of other offers. Yes. So let me go ahead and bring that graphic up for you guys watching on YouTube. And
we're sure about that?
Yes. Okay. No, I'm absolutely sure about that. Okay, it's on top of other offers. Yeah. 100% sure, because that's what John told me, and that's what Tamika told me.
Well, then
so we have a group cruise on the Brilliant Lady, the brand spanking new Virgin Voyages Brilliant Lady. And Alex is asking about, we have a $100 bar tab offer, or excuse me, a $100 sailor loot offer going on right now. I'm going to put it up on the screen. We can offer you $100 sailor loot on top of the current promotion. Now, it does not get added on top of My Next Virgin Voyage. If you're going to use a My Next Virgin Voyage, you got to choose. You want to take that or you want to get the extra. But we have a group cruise on the Brilliant Lady. This is going to be October 3rd through the 16th this year. We're going from Quebec all the way down to Miami. So you get a Canada, New England cruise, and then we come on down all the way to Miami. So it is going to be Quebec, St. John's, New Brunswick. You got Halifax, Nova Scotia. We got Eastport, Maine. We got Boston, Massachusetts. We got Charleston, South Carolina, before we come all the way into Miami. So that's going to be 13 nights.
And that will be her first arrival into Miami.
First arrival in Miami. We're hoping that Virgin's going to do their thing and make a big deal out of it because this is their last ship in a while. And the deal is if you book with us on this group cruise by February 14th, and this only applies to this one cruise. This does not apply across the board, just to this one cruise. We can throw an extra $100 sailor loot on top of whatever the current promotion is. Current promotion right now is something like up to $300 bar tab as well. So yes, so we would love for you to come join us on the Brilliant Lady. So you can find the information on our website. We have a group travel tab where you can actually see all of our groups. And I believe I have the links definitely on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. The links are in there. On TikTok, you just simply go into the link tree and go on over to group travel. I will add it there soon. But that was the Brilliant Lady. So adults only, all of your meals are included. Wi-Fi, gratuities are included. Soft drinks are included. Group exercise classes are included. All of that is included in your cruise fare. So the only thing you really got to pay for is your drinks and your excursions. And they're going to spot you like $300 on the drinks now as well with the current promotion. So yes, Alex, that $100 is on top of whatever the current promotion is going right now. So yeah, it's really, really cool. Really, 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 really cool. Rick, you want to see Revolution on the Aqua? Is that on the Aqua or is that on the Luna?
I think that's the Luna.
Yeah, I think that's the Luna, Rick. I don't think that's on the Aqua. I think they're just teasing the next ship already. I don't even know what's on the Aqua, but I'll double check. Michael wants to know about Alaska excursion. So I got 3 for you. I already talked about Harv and Marv. So Harv and Marv in Juneau, Alaska. They are just the best whale watching. We went on them years ago. And we send all of our clients to them, and all of our clients keep coming back on, oh my God, you're right. They're great because they have very small boats. I think their biggest boat is like 30 people or something like that. They have very small boats. We're taking a private boat of 18 people when we go up in June. We've already booked it with them. So they're amazing. Juneau, Harv and Marv. If you go to Ketchikan, look up Island Air Wings or Island Wings Air. I think it's Island Air Wings. And you want Pilot Michelle. That's one of those float planes, flight seeing things. And she is, the best pilot up there. She's the safest pilot up there. And one of the things that we loved about her, we went up to Alaska like around 2009-ish.
2008.
And the clouds were too low. And we saw all these other planes taking off, and she canceled our flight and gave us a refund because she said, look, I can take you up. And we can have a nice ride, but you're not going to see anything. So I'm not gonna take you up there and charge you money just to look at clouds. And I thought that was amazing. But and plus she just said it's very dangerous to go up into the clouds like that. So I really appreciated that. So Island Air Wing, Pilot Michelle, and Ketchikan. And then in Skagway, of course, Skagway, a lot of people will go do the White Pass Railway.
Yukon and White Pass Railway.
Yeah, Yukon and White Pass Railway. But the Temsco Helicopters is there. TEMSCO, Temsco Helicopters. That's where you can do the helicopter up to the dog sled camp. If the clouds are not too low, once again, the clouds can come into play. If the clouds are too low, they can't fly through the mountains. That happened to us, so they gave us the option to fly to a glacier or take a refund. We flew to the glacier. We landed, got to hang out on the glacier for an hour or so, and then they picked us up, and they actually flew us back in a different route, so we got to see 2 different routes. So that was really cool. So those are my 3: Harv and Marv, Juneau, Island Air Wings in Ketchikan, and Temsco in Skagway. Yeah, those are my 3. There you go. Rumors is on the Aqua. Thank you, Eric. So Rumors would be Fleetwood Mac then? Maybe. I don't know. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I can't wait to get on the Aqua. Yeah, Rick, for some reason, they're pushing Revolution really hard now, even though the Luna's not coming out until next year. So I don't know. Restaurant Guru, is it hard to change a balcony room? Also, are there balcony... Okay, I'm not sure what the rest of it, what the rest of the question is. Is it hard to change a balcony room? No. If they're available, no. It's very easy for us to move you around the ship. Now, if they're in the same category, like the exact same category, and by category, I don't mean balcony. By category, I mean the subcategory. L1, L2, A5, BB, BC, BD. There's always a subcategory that goes with your balcony. If it's in the same exact category, there will be no additional charge. If you're going to change that subcategory, then there will be either an additional charge or it will be less if you step down a category.
Well,
just
not
depends
necessarily.
on what the current rates are.
if you step down, if you booked it a long time ago, it might not be lower. It might be higher.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's all based on whatever the rate is today. So like if you paid $2,000 for your balcony today and we're going to move you and it's $2,500 today, it's going to be an extra $500. If it's $1,900 today, then you saved $100. So that's just basically how it works. So it's just really, really easy. Oh, Fleetwood Mac. Okay, that'll be cool. I'll be looking forward to seeing that. That'll be fun. Thank you, Eric. Love it. Eric is like Mr. Norwegian Cruise Line. I love it. I can't wait to meet you. Can't wait to meet you. We're going to be sailing with him in May, so that's going to be awesome. That is going to be this one here, the Norwegian Aqua. I'm just going to run through, just bear with me for just a moment, folks. I am going to very quickly run through the group cruises that we're doing. And all of this information is on our website. So I'm going to go kind of fast. But if you want to come join us or come join Tony and Jenny B, just let me know. But the first one is Quebec to Miami. We already talked about that. The Brilliant Lady. October 3rd through the 16th this year. Quebec to Miami, Canada, New England. Come on down to Charleston and then finally end up in Miami. Tony and Jenny B are taking almost 300 people already. Almost 300 people are booked on this one. The Norwegian Jewel, very first sailing out of Philadelphia in decades. She's sailing April 16th through the 23rd of 2026. So it's Philadelphia, Bermuda for an overnight, and then over to Charleston, and then back up to Philadelphia. So that will be the triangle, the Lido Loca triangle. So there will be exclusive events on there. I mean, Tony and Jenny B, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then also Tony and Jenny B are doing a Canada New England this October as well. It's going to be October 11th through the 18th, 2025 on the Enchanted Princess. You'll sail out of New York. You'll go to Newport, Rhode Island, Boston, Mass, Portland, Maine, St. John, New Brunswick, Halifax, Nova Scotia, and then you'll come right back on down to New York. You can also add a 7-day cruise tour. At the beginning, starting in Washington, D.C., you'll go to Virginia, you'll end up in Philadelphia before you meet the ship. So it's just like those Alaska cruise tours. It's the same idea. 7 days before you get on the ship, we can add that on as well. I mentioned Oceania Riviera. There's still room to come join us in June 26th through July 8th, 2025. We're going to spend the 4th of July in Alaska. That should be a lot of fun. The Oceania Riviera. Some of the information on here, I actually need to change this graphic because the group benefits are basically, well, they told us they were done. But I looked the other day, there was actually still a stateroom available that I could book with the benefits on it. So we'll just have to see. But it is June 26th through July 8, 2025. They have Your World included, so a lot of things are included. And then the big one that I'm so excited about, Hawaii. We're going to Hawaii in February of 2026. That's going to be our Valentine's next year, February 4th through the 20th, 2026. It is 16 days on the Emerald Princess. We leave from Los Angeles. We go to Honolulu, Hilo, Kahului, Kauai. Then we have to hit Ensenada before we come back. Rebecca and I are going to go to Disneyland for a few days prior because it's the 70th anniversary of Disneyland, and I have never been. So that is all of the group cruises. I went really fast. If you're watching me on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook, the links are in the description. If you're watching me on TikTok, there's a link to my website. Go to the website, go to group travel. All of that is listed under group travel, everything that I just told you about. So, yeah, definitely come with us. Come with us. Hey, Jada, how are you? Yes, you're looking forward to warm weather. I love it. Love it. Hey, John, you're going on Explora Journeys 1. Are you going to have fun? Do they have live music by the pool? No live music by the pool.
I've been looking. I got our thing.
Yes, no.
But they do have live music in the lobby a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's live music in the lobby. So
in the evenings, anyway.
Yeah, so Explora is a very chill ship. Most of your entertainment and or music is going to be in the main theater, or it is going to be out in the lobby area. That's where all of that takes place. They had a piano sitting. We were on Explora 2, so they had a piano sitting up above the lobby. And during the day, it is like lectures. It is talks. Maybe some performances in the theater, stuff like that. And then they got trivia and stuff like that going on. By the main pool, they do have a big screen, but they pretty much just left that screen running in a loop of either like beautiful scenes or the logo or things like that. It's not like other cruise lines, like where they play a movie and there's all this noise. It's relaxing. It's quiet. At night, they did actually have at least one night they did silent movie. I wish they did that more often, where we had the headphones on.
They did it twice.
But okay, so they did it twice. We missed it the first time. But the food, oh my God, the food was just unreal on Explorer 2. That was my favorite part. And then the 3 different beans at the coffee shop. So I cannot wait to get back on Explorer. I definitely want to. I'm trying to set up a group on Explorer next year. It's going to be San Juan to Miami. And I'm working on that right now. So I really, really want to put that. Definitely want to go there. Any opinion on cruising out of Los Angeles? So really no opinion. I mean, we've sent a lot of people out of Los Angeles. We're going out of Los Angeles. It's one of those ports. It's an easy port. It's a really easy port to get in and out of. So, yeah, I don't really have an opinion on it.
They have the 2 different ports, don't they?
Well, yeah, there's the Carnival. Carnival is Long Beach. And then there's Los Angeles, which is pretty much everybody else. Yeah, I don't really have an opinion one way or another. We send a lot of people on the Mexican Riviera cruises out of there. We send people out of San Diego, out of San Francisco. So, yeah, really no opinion. It's just pretty easy.
We will find out in February.
Yeah, we're going to be
26.
out there. Yeah. So, Rick, Revolution starts in April, according to their website and app. Unless they're just going to have it visiting. My understanding is that one is on the Luna, but yeah, I guess we'll have to take a look. Eileen, you'd love it if we booked a group cruise on the Aqua. Well, we already have one going in May. Yeah, we announced that almost a year ago. So we may or may not still have a room left. I don't know because we're past final payment, so I don't know. There may or may not even be a room left for that one. But yeah, no, we're taking a group May 31st through June 7th on the Aqua. I can't wait to get over there. So yeah. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Kurt. Good morning, everybody. Let's see, questions over here. I'm just looking over here as well. Yay. All right. What else? You're welcome, Michael. Can't wait for the World America 4/12/25. That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to hear all about it. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see because obviously there's going to be a lot of comparisons between Oasis class and that. And the World Europa has been sailing for a while, but not a lot of Americans have sailed on it yet. So now, you're going to have World America sitting right next to an Oasis class ship from time to time. So it's going to be really interesting because I know everybody's going to dive right in and go, well, Oasis class has this and World America has this. And they're 2 different cruise lines, 2 different cruise ships. They are competing with each other, but the one interesting thing is that they did bring the bumper cars over onto the world class, so that's kind of fun. And Port Canaveral is now going to get a world class as well. They just announced that. I think 2027 we're going to have a world class up here. So MSC is coming on strong. MSC is ready to take on Carnival and Royal Caribbean, and at their price point, they're probably going to definitely make some dents into both of them because their price point is extremely aggressive compared and Explorer Journeys as well in the luxury space. Their price point is extremely aggressive for what you get and the quality of the service. So yeah, it's really interesting. Cheryl, when is the cutoff date for the Hawaii cruise? We don't really have a cutoff date. They won't recall our rooms until around final payment date. But our prices, so it's interesting with Princess, the group pricing is not necessarily the best. Like right now, the public pricing is better than our group rates. So we can book you with either. If the public rate is better, the public promotion is better than our group, we can book you with that and just move you into the group. We can still add the onboard credit. But in terms of the best rates, I mean, the best rates are right now for that group cruise. And keep in mind that Princess is 100% refundable. So that's a beautiful thing in this day and age, right? So Princess, Holland America, Norwegian, they are still fully refundable until final payment. So you can put a deposit down now, hold that room, and you've got until, I don't know, January? No.
I can't remember.
I can't remember, but it's like 90 days, 120 days for the cruise. You have until then to decide whether you actually want to take it. And you could literally have the entire cruise paid off in like 2 days before final payment go, we're not going to go.
And right now, for 2 people, the deposit is $198.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's only $198 to put a deposit down. So that's the beautiful thing with Princess and Holland America and like Norwegian. And I do have clients to do that. Like, well, we're not really sure if we're going to do it. And I'm like, well, why don't you just put the deposit down because the price is really good. that locks your price. And then if you decide you don't want to go later, no problem. I just cancel it and your money comes right back to you. So yeah, it's super easy. So Kurt is saying that specialty dining is open for reservations on the aquarium group. Stupid autocorrect. I love that, Kurt. Thanks for the laugh. Yeah, I think they did open today.
No, it opened right around final payment.
That's right. Yeah, it opened right around 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we already have 3 reservations.
Yeah. I thought I sent out a notice to everybody about that too. So yeah. Thought on the NCL new ships amount. Oh, okay. So Eric so Revolutions is going to premiere on the Aqua. Oh, that's interesting because it was shown as part of the Luna reveal. I remember seeing Tony when he was over there. Like they went to visit the Aqua and then they had a big show and that was to reveal the name of the Luna, and that's where they did the Revolution teaser. I guess they figured, well, the show's ready, so we're going to put it on the Aqua. All right then. Well, that's cool. That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. I think it's really interesting that Norwegian's starting to do that, which is to develop, their own original shows around like Fleetwood Mac and Prince. I mean, they took a lot of flack for getting rid of the Broadway shows, but it's a lot cheaper to develop your own show. Although I don't know how much it costs to license Prince. I mean, that can't be cheap. It can't be cheap to license Fleetwood Mac, but it's probably a lot cheaper than licensing a full Broadway show. So that's very interesting. Alex wants to know if we have any thoughts on Norwegian's new ship announcement. I mean, they're building more ships.
So is everybody.
They've added. They're going to add some more ships to Oceania, to Region. So that's a good thing too. They're building down line as well. So I mean, it's interesting because we're building so many ships, and of course, people need to fill those ships. I don't know if you saw, but Port Miami set a new record. They had 10 cruise ships sitting there yesterday, 2 days ago. And that's a lot of people. And there's going to be more when that MSC terminal opens up, because there'll be 2 more. There can be up to 12, maybe 14 when all of that's going. That's just a lot of people to put on these ships. So my big question is then, well, are you going to continue to run all of your ships, or are you going to start to weed some of those out as they bring on the new lines? So I think it's really cool. I think it's great. I mean, I don't have a lot to say about the new ship because we're just waiting to, learn more information about them. But I think it's good that so many ships are on the order book. Obviously, the cruise industry still sees a strong demand for cruising. And we're certainly, we doubled our sales from one year to last year. And this year started off crazy. So there's still a big demand for it. So it's just I'm curious what's going to happen with their older ships, and when do we start building some more smaller ships too? I'm really glad to see that they are going to build Oceania Regent, but like Royal Caribbean announced that they're going to build river ships, but we still haven't heard anything about like replacing, the Serenade and all those older ships. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. What about Texas? Galveston is blowing up. Galveston is going to be a major port. What's happening here in Florida is we're running out of room. They're like running out of room where to put the ship. So Galveston is the next logical big step because it's wide open. There's a lot of room there.
It's in the middle of the country.
MSC is building their new terminal. So I would fully expect a world-class ship is going to be in Galveston at some point to compete with the Royal Caribbeans. I think Carnival is going to be expanding their presence. Norwegian comes in, Princess comes in. Galveston is blowing up. They're going to be the next big, they could be like the next Florida. They're going to have to create another port somewhere probably at some point. But yeah, no, Galveston is a great port to sail out of. The only downside to Galveston is you're pretty much limited to Mexico, unless you do longer cruises. And the nice thing about Galveston getting bigger is that then you might start to see more of those like 12 and 14-day cruises where you can go out to the Eastern Caribbean rather than just going to Mexico, because that's really the only place you can get to in 7 days. So yeah, it'll be very interesting. So Galveston needs longer cruises to go to some different ports. Yeah, and Kurt, that part of that is just because there's not a lot of ships there yet. So, when you just have a couple of ships, then you're going to just keep running the shorts. But we're seeing the longer cruises come in everywhere else. Virgin Voyages finally has 4 ships in the water, like almost. She's in the water. She's not going anywhere yet. But the really cool thing about when now they're bringing on Brilliant Lady, suddenly you see there are more longer cruises. Being Virgin is up to 16 days on some of their cruises now. So that's good. So you're going to see, you are going to see some of that. Yeah. Chase is saying you can do an 8-day on the Carnival Dream out of Galveston to Key West, Nassau, Freeport, and Half Moon Key. So they are there. They are there. But they're few and far between because that is a lot of fuel to burn to get over there. So that's why you don't see a lot of them right now. But yeah, so they are there if you look for them. And it's going to be an 8-day cruise, but it's a lot cheaper and easier just to keep running back and forth to Mexico. So, but they are there. Andrew wants to know when the Verrazano Bridge is going to be raised so the Icon class can come. Who knows? Go right to your governor and find out. I don't think they would ever do that, but I don't know. Are they talking? I thought they just rebuilt the Verrazano or something. Or did they just open the they just did all this work on it or something? I can't remember.
I don't keep up with bridges in New York.
I don't know. I barely keep up with the bridges in Florida. I don't know. So and I can't wait. The Philadelphia cruise that we're going on. We're actually going to be going under 2 bridges on the way out, so that's going to be cool. The Tappan Zee, right? I knew they just worked on on a bridge up there. Yeah, because we drove across it while it was under construction, so that was a lot of fun. Let me tell you. But no, we're really looking forward to this week. I'm so excited. Like I said, between Alyssa, my colleague Alyssa, and myself, we have approximately 150 people coming on board. The captain. I actually met with the captain. No, it's 2 weeks ago now. I got a text. From Joanne, who's my rep at Margaritaville. She said, "Do you want to meet the captain?" I was on the ship. She goes, "You want to meet with the captain?" I'm like, "Do you even have to ask?" Yes, I want to meet the captain. The captain actually wanted to meet to talk through the vow renewal. And that was like so freaking cool. Like he's actually taking ownership of the thing. And we talked through some scenarios. Like we were originally going to do it on February 13th, which is the C Day. And then he changed it. He changed the venue. He changed the date. I'm like, what do you say to the captain? You say, yes, sir. Whatever you want to do, sir. So now we have a new venue. We have everything all set up. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to get on board. And it's so cool that like everybody on Margaritaville Islander is pretty excited about this. I met a bunch of people 2 weeks ago and they're like, "Hey, you're the one bringing on all those people for Valentine's Day, right?" And like, yeah. So yeah, they're pretty excited. ZJ is excited. She's the cruise director. If you've been put off by all the negative reviews on the Margaritaville Paradise, just know that the Islander is a completely different experience. It's an amazing experience. They have worked on Paradise, and in fact, they're going to be working more on Paradise to upgrade her again. She's getting like new restaurants, new menus. They're refreshing the ship very shortly. I still haven't been on it, but the Islander is a fantastic experience. It really, really is. It's just a lot of fun. Let's see. Rick's saying it's fun to get on the Port Authority and see the cameras show the ships going out. In Florida. Yes, I know. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun to see all of that. Tidal Wave says it's $15 to cross the bridges. Yeah, it probably is. That's New York for you. Oh, man. I was born and raised in upstate New York. So, yeah, I used to take the train down and get off at Grand Central Station and then go see a Broadway show or just walk around New York. Back then when I was a kid, man, they didn't really think much about, kids going down on the train to New York City. We just go down, like a bunch of us from high school. We just get on the train and go down to New York and go walk around the city for a day and get on the train and come home. Mom was like, go have a good time. Alex saying, please live stream from the show. Some of us still have snow on the ground. If we can. The Wi-Fi was a little squirrely 2 weeks ago. I don't know what was really going on. It was going up and down quite a bit. They do have the Starlink, and they have upgraded. Like you can see the repeaters everywhere. So yeah, no, we'll definitely try because I'm gonna have Tony and Jenny B. So I'm hoping like Thursday night, our usual Thursday night live. No, that's Valentine's Day, isn't it? Yeah, so I won't be going live on Thursday, but we'll do something. I'll grab Tony. We'll try to go live. We'll have some fun with it. You've got to go live from the ship. Maybe I'll try to live stream when we go under the bridge since we're talking about the bridge. That is really fun going under the sky. What's really cool about the Tampa Sailaway, for those who have not done it, Like if you sailed out of Florida, you know, the ship gets going and boom, we're on our way. Well, not in Tampa. When the ship pushes off, you've got about a 2 to 2.5 hour ride to get to the bridge. It's this nice, slow, meandering ride because we got to get all the way down to St. Petersburg, if that's where the bridge is. Tampa Bay is a bay. It's a massive bay, and you don't realize how big it is until like you're like, okay, are we ever going to get going? And then you're like, oh gosh, we're still in the bay. So it is a long. And then once you get past the bridge, it's still a very long channel approaching the bridge. It's really interesting to see. I would love to know how long that channel is. It's an extremely long channel. So it's super cool sailing out of Tampa. It's a totally different experience than sailing out of anywhere else in Florida. I mean, I guess Jacksonville, you go under a bridge too, but I don't think it's nearly as long as what you get in Tampa with that long run going down. So it's kind of cool. So it's like sail away, yay. And then everybody just kind of hangs out. And it's like, oh, bridge, yay, like 2 hours later. So it's really, really fun. So, yeah, so that's what's going on there. And then, you know, one of the things that we were talking about a little earlier, what was it yesterday? There was an earthquake in the Caribbean, which we don't really hear about that. I can't ever remember hearing about an earthquake in the Caribbean. It's kind of bizarre. But they said it was, what was it? It was 130 miles southwest of the Cayman Islands. It was a 7.6, but it was 6 miles below ground. So thankfully the tsunami warnings were just warnings. Nothing ever came of that, but that was rather interesting. Little surprise there in the Caribbean. And thankfully it doesn't sound like it was near any inhabited island. So that was good. But a little bit of a wake up call to everybody down there. It's like, whoa, what? So if there are ever tsunami warnings wherever, like if you happen to be on one of those islands and there's a tsunami warning down there, that's no joke. Just like they say, even like a little 2 foot of water that's 60 miles wide is a lot of water. So they tell you to get away from the shore, and then come back when you get the all clear. That is no joke.
I remember when we were in St. Lucia seeing all the, now that's mainly for hurricanes and tsunamis, but they have all these warnings everywhere about heading inland if they have a warning out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was a big earthquake in Haiti, right? You're right. They did have that earthquake, like 10, 12 years ago. Yeah, something like that. So Tampa channel might be another 25 miles. Yeah, it's a long channel. I'll tell you, it is a long ride. I don't know how long the pilot stays with us. The pilot gets off long before we get to the bridge. I know that. But what a great sail away on there. It's just a beautiful sail away. And when you have nice weather, I know the first time we did it, it was pouring down rain. It was raining so hard. I felt bad. It was the first preview for like literally the first time the Islanders going out with passengers on it. And it was just pouring down rain. And it made me laugh too, because the roof over the pool, not exactly watertight. It's mostly watertight. So that was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, the seams are a little less.
The seams are a little. I will tell you that when we were on the ship with Stephanie, they never opened it. I don't know if they opened that roof anymore. They may just consider that a covered pool now, and they're not going to open it. What port do we usually sail from? Well, we live in Orlando, so Port Canaveral is 1 hour away. Port Tampa is about 90 minutes, a little less than 90 minutes. And now that we have the Bright Line train, we just get on the train at the Orlando airport and we can go down to Miami or Fort Lauderdale in about 3.5 hours on a very comfortable ride on a train. So we usually sail out of Tampa a lot less, but it's Port Canaveral, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. Those are the three that we typically sail out of. And we'll sail out of any of them because it's just as convenient to get to them. Tampa, now that we've got the Islander over there and there's a couple more ships over there that we'd like to try. But they get some really nice Panama Canal cruises out of Tampa that are actually quite nice, that you can sail either the partial transit or the full transit. We have one client who's going from Tampa all the way up to Alaska. Norwegian is repositioning one of their ships. And so it's going to be a full Panama Canal transit. It's going to go up the West Coast. Might be a little bit of Mexican Riviera. I can't remember. But that's kind of cool. Like a lot of people wouldn't think of Tampa for Panama Canal, but there are some Panama Canal ones. So there's the partial transit ones that'll go into Gatun Lake and then come back out. And then you've got the full transit. Oceana, we mentioned Oceana earlier. Oceana is coming to Tampa. They're bringing one of their smaller ships. I think the Nautica is the one that's coming in. She's doing a full transit round trip from Tampa. So she's going to go all the way through, spend the night in Panama Canal, and then come on back. So yeah, Jada, there are multiple round trip Panama Canal cruises as well that go all the way through. There's a lot of round trip Panama Canal that go into Gatun Lake, but there's a couple that go all the way through to the other side. Like this Oceana one is literally going to go spend the night in Panama City and then come back. So you actually get 2 complete transits during the day of the Panama Canal. That's actually pretty doggone cool. So like if you have a balcony, you're going to get one view going one way and you get another view going the other way. That's actually going to be super cool. Tidal Wave, what are my favorite and least favorite things about living in Florida and Orlando? Well, least favorite obviously is the heat and the humidity that we get all year round. I wish it was more like San Diego, where you have that nice breeze and a nice temperate area. I think my favorite thing is just a wide variety of food. I mean, there's just an amazing array of culinary delights here that if you get away from the mainstream, you can find tons of culinary delights. Like one of our favorite Ethiopian restaurants that we've ever had is we found it here locally. And there's a lot of great little local coffee joints. And I like going local. I like finding the little local non-chain places. So, yeah. And of course, being a huge Disney fan all my life, it is nice that the park is no longer a theme park. It's just a park. We just, we go to Animal Kingdom and we'll go down there for a couple hours. We'll walk around, maybe have some lunch and come on home. There's no pressure to say, oh, we got to do all the rides. We got to do everything because we're only here today. We'll go maybe 25 times throughout the year. And then we can just walk around and go see things. So, oh yeah, Andrew's like the baby tiger. Yeah, sure. There's nobody there ever. Now that there's a baby, you see the lines. So yeah, we've strolled through that so many times to see the tiger. Half the time the tiger's not there.
Well, not even half. We've been through that walk through about half dozen times, and we've seen the tiger twice.
Yeah. And like we're the ones that actually stroll and take our time. Everybody else is just shooting through to go through whatever. But now, sure, put a baby tiger in there. Everybody wants to be there.
Baby tiger is darn cute.
Baby tiger is awful doggone cute.
And I would like to see baby tiger. I just don't want to fight hordes.
Yeah. So that is one of the nice things. We can just go over like on a weekday morning and just go straight there. And that's probably what we'll do one of these days. Let's go straight on it. We did see the baby gorilla. So we did see the baby gorilla, and that was awesome.
Yeah, when she was pretty new.
Yeah, when she was pretty new. So, yeah. Kurt lived in San Diego for years, the best climate anywhere. I'm telling you, I was only there for literally 18 hours. I was flown in as a guest speaker for an event. I did my thing, and then flew right back out. Sponsor and I flew from Atlanta over, and I think I slept in the hotel for like 4 hours. I mean, just literally came right back the next day. It was so funny. But yeah, it's San Diego. It's like gorgeous. If you've never been to San Diego, wow. Not only is it classy, but it is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Thoughts on, let's see, MSC drink package is changing to 15 drinks max per day. Yeah, just like everybody else. They actually changed. I'm really glad they actually changed. They had 5 drink packages. Now they just have 3. It's so much easier. I think the new lineup of packages is so much better for everybody. There's no confusion between, are these drinks included? Are these drinks not included? Now, okay, it's just one package.
Can I have them in? What
I know.
Can't I have them in?
It's so silly. So I actually really like the new packages at MSC. Is so much easier. So.
I'm lucky if I can drink 15 alcoholic drinks in a whole week long
whole
cruise.
Week, I know. Thoughts on the Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas renovation you just booked for January of 2026? So yeah, it's about time. She's way overdue. She was supposed to have her revolution. I forget what they call it, but amplification. That's it. They got to come up with a cool name for it. She's getting amplified. She was supposed to get amplified right when the pandemic hit. So they put that off. So on the one hand, she's going to be getting all the cool new stuff. On the other hand, that beautiful unobstructed view that everybody has had from their balcony, the boardwalk balconies looking at the water show, those are going to be gone because you're now going to have the slide. They're adding the ultimate abyss back there. So, on the one that was one of the only ships, that might be the only ship left that didn't have it. So if you had a boardwalk balcony, you could just watch the water show completely unobstructed. Now, most of them are going to be the obstructed view. There's going to be some, it's one of like
the
little
suites.
Yeah, well, it's a little hidden secret that you can get some of the right balconies, and you can get a beautiful view of the water show every night. So it should be great. I can't remember what all they're doing to that ship, but it's going to be. I mean, they're gonna add everything that all the other ships have now. But what they're going to do is add that abyss, the ultimate abyss, so that will kind of break your sight lines from the back if you're used to that. But it's a good thing. It's about time. She's long overdue. I think they were going to try to do it last year, but then they didn't. So now she's finally getting it. So yeah, one of the nice things about going on a ship after renovation, she's basically going to be a brand new ship. So yeah, you're gonna have fun. You want to try the new park at Universal? You and about 5 million other people. Oh my gosh! I hope y'all are subscribed to Theme Park Stop on YouTube. It's one of the writers of the unofficial guide to Universal, and she does a new video almost every week. And she uses the video and photos from this person named BioReconstruct, who's on social media, who flies a drone over it daily, like multiple times a day, flying a drone over it, because unlike Disney World, they can fly a drone over it. You can't fly it over the Magic Kingdom and a lot of Disney parks because of the pyrotechnics. So if you are not following Theme Park Stop, you really should be. You really should be. So, Douglas, any idea what the cost is for the new Royal Caribbean Club in Nassau? I don't know if they've announced the price yet. I don't think they have. And I think they may have changed. Like originally they said that, anybody can book it, but I think that may have gotten changed to just Royal Caribbean now. But it might also depend on how many Royal Caribbean ships are in that day. So, but no, I don't have I don't have any information on that yet. So, best resources for tips for your cruise besides us? No, Gary Bembridge, tips for travelers.
Well,
I mean,
they're sailing Allure, so he doesn't really sail Royal.
Oh, where?
She was the one who asked the question.
That asked about Allure. Oh, I'm so sorry. So Sean and Stef, SEAN ampersand Stef, Sean and Stef on YouTube. Stephanie and Sean did tons of videos on, in fact, they may have done the Allure itself, but they've done so many videos on the Royal Caribbean ships. Stephanie knows those ships backwards and forwards. I don't know if Tony's been on there that much.
I'm not sure how much he's been on. Yeah. But you could look.
Yeah, Sean and Stef definitely. Lido, Loca maybe. I will say that though, Gary Bembridge did like a symphony or something like that. So he does have it.
Okay, but he's not like
he's not primarily on there, but he does have it. Yeah.
And our go-to website.
Cruise Critic.
Cruise Critic.
Yeah, Cruise Critic.
I mean, you do have to take everybody's comments with a grain of salt because some people just want to complain. But
yeah, so the majority of people who write reviews and write on those things are complainers, but you can get a lot of good tips on there. But yeah, so those two are really good as well. Alex is asking me Disney or Universal, which one is your favorite? For the rides, Universal. For the overall experience, Disney.
Mine's Disney, no question.
Yeah, she's Disney, no questions asked. But I like the big roller coasters. I really like the big roller coasters. So Universal wins on that. Rebecca doesn't like the big roller coasters.
Well, I can't do them anymore because they make me disoriented for a long time.
Bills fan, how could I forget? Thank you, Bills fan. Royal Caribbean blog with Matt. Matt something or other. Royal Caribbean blog. Yeah, both the website and the video. Thank you, Bills fan 72. Totally. How can I forget that? Matt is such an awesome guy. So yeah, Royal Caribbean blog. That is like the unofficial blog of Royal Caribbean. Yeah, he's really good. So he's got a lot of videos. His videos are very dry, but definitely the website. Oh my gosh, the website. I don't know how he has time to do that much on the website, but a Royal Caribbean blog. Excellent. What's the best place to stay in Nassau for a wedding anniversary? I couldn't tell you offhand. I don't book a lot of land stuff in Nassau, so I would have to look. I do have some resorts that we book. I have booked a couple of all-inclusive down there. I don't generally book Atlantis because Atlantis is just a big tourist trap. But there are some places down there I don't know offhand. But I do have a list of all-inclusives that I booked some folks in down there. So I'm sorry I can't tell you offhand. That's why I have my notes in the office. So, I mean, if you want to reach out, I might be able to help you out, but I don't know offhand. So sorry about that. Have we been on the, but again, if you'd like to reach out, Yeah, definitely. You're welcome, Melissa, and thank you, Bill's fan. Alyssa said thank you on TikTok, so thank you for that. Yeah, Royal Caribbean blog. How could I forget that? Have we been on the MSC Seashore? Yes. I have a playlist on TikTok, and I think I have a playlist on YouTube as well. What are my thoughts on it? It was a typical MSC experience. The room was great. The balcony was fabulous. We picked one of those little kick out balconies because so big. So we literally had a room that was about 6 feet longer than the room next to us, and it was the same. It was the same
category.
So yeah, same category. So the room was great. The ship is gorgeous. The pool, some of the best pools at sea. They really are. They're beautiful, beautiful pools. They're deep. The jungle pool is saltwater, which is kind of cool. But the service was lacking at times. The food was lacking at times. The pizza is still amazing. That homemade burrata in the buffet, amazing. So it was kind of like a mixed bag experience. We're going back on MSC. The ship itself was gorgeous. Now Sue and Phil, who have been watching on YouTube, they just went on, I think it might have been that ship just recently, and they said it was excellent. Service was great. Food was good. I think MSC is finally starting to realize that to really win over that American audience, they are going to have to work on that service, get the service to where they're not rude, where they're not indifferent, because some of the management has been downright rude on the cruise. Both I've seen it, haven't had it happen to us. I've seen it, and we've had reports of it come in. So, but I would gladly go on the MSC Seashore again. We haven't done the yacht club yet. We're kind of considering the World America for that, but it might also be like the Seashore or the Seascape. But good ship, really good ship. How do I feel about NCL? You love that the drink package and the gratuities are included with your sailing. They're not actually included.
Not technically true.
Yeah, no, the More at Sea is an add-on package. You don't have to have that. That is that's approximately around $450 for the week for 2 people. So the More at Sea package has just been, people who have cruised on NCL for a long time, for the most part, are not happy with the More at Sea because they took away the plus option. They took away the option to add coffee, to add a higher tier to the drink package. So they're not happy with that. And it's a very nebulous explanation by Norwegian as to what you actually get with the new drink package. My rep has told me multiple times that it's exactly what you used to get with the plus, but it's not. With the plus, there were very defined lines of this is what you get, and you get coffee, and you get these other things. Well, the More at Sea doesn't. So yeah, go ahead.
And I've read reports of people who are, it sounds like they're fairly particular and sophisticated wine drinkers, but they are not happy with the selection of wines.
Yeah.
And the gratuities, if you're talking about the daily gratuities, that is never been included.
No,
now the gratuities for the drink package and the dining package are, but
that's where it's all confusing about that drink package, because you're paying the gratuities on the drinks, you're paying the gratuities on the dining, but the daily gratuities in your room, those are not included. Those are $20 a day for staterooms, and I think 22 or 24 for suites. So that's still on top of everything else. So I think NCL is a great cruise line. I think they've created a lot of confusion and some animosity with this new More at Sea package, especially taking away the option to upgrade it to a plus. We're going on the Aqua. What they did with us was they left the drink package. No. They changed our drink package, but they left everything else alone. So we're in a balcony. So had we booked now, we would have 3 meals, but we're still only going to have the 2 meals included. So I think they've created some confusion and some animosity. They're going to have to win back some folks. I would say some of our most loyal Norwegian fans are now looking at Princess, because Princess has the Princess Plus, which just blows away More at Sea. It's so much more cost effective, and it has so much more in it. And now that they're like, okay, what else is there out there? And we show them Princess Plus, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know all of this was in there. There's 10 things that you get with Plus versus the 3 or 4 with Norwegian. Plus, they still have that 150 minutes of Wi-Fi. Who does that? Apparently, they do.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great cruise line. I just think they've created some animosity with that More at Sea, and I think they could do better with the More at Sea by offering another option. Ships are beautiful. The crew is great. I mean, I love their crew. We love Food Republic. It's one of our favorite restaurants at sea. So yeah. Can I explain the categories for cruise staterooms in layman's terms? That's great. That's a really, really good question. I should talk about that. That's a good TikTok. I'll do that.
And I think categories more specifically deals with, because you've got types of cabins.
Well, yeah,
big types, and then the categories are.
Well, I think that's what Alyssa is asking right here. So of course you have your main category types, which most ships are going to have inside, ocean view, has a window, balcony, has a balcony you can step out onto, or it's an infinite balcony that you don't step out onto and the glass goes down, and then you have suites, and then among that you have all these subcategories. So that's where you see like an interior stateroom. You can have a 4B, 4A, 4B, 4C, 4D, 4E, 4F. And what those letters and numbers are designating most of the time is where it is on the ship. And when you hear the term location, 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 that applies to most of these cruise lines. They charge you more for what's considered a better and smoother location, except when it comes to suites. That's the weird one. But for the most part, so a 4A interior is going to be a very specific set of cabins on the deck plan. And it's usually going to be at the lowest point. It's going to be way at the bow or the aft of the ship. And then the 4B is going to be like slightly more towards the middle, maybe on a higher deck. And then the 4C, they keep moving. They keep getting closer to the middle. With the balconies, like Icon of the Seas, I believe, has like 20 balcony categories. Because it's got inside, outside, and all that stuff. But generally, the higher that you pay for a balcony, the more you're getting toward the middle and the more you're getting higher on the ship. Because the higher balcony is considered more premium because you get a nicer view. The closer you get to the middle, smoother ride. And those are very often what are called, like, they put some of their suites or their mini suites in the middle as well as you get up on higher. So it's just all these little subcategories. And they generally get more expensive as you get closer to the middle and as you go up higher on the ship. Now, the exception to that are the suites. Interestingly enough, the biggest suites on a ship are usually on the very front of the ship or at the very back of the ship, which is where we're like, oh, well, you don't really want to be. I don't mind being at the back of the ship. I think the back of the ship, I think from the middle back is smooth or smoother, where from the middle front, especially the bow, is where you're going to have the most movement because the bow is cutting through the water. But when it comes to suites, they're usually at the very top of the ship, and the biggest ones are usually at the very front because they put them on top of the bridge. But that's what all the little categories are. So you've got a balcony, and then within a balcony, you might have 12 or 15 categories going from, you have your obstructed, which might be like DW, BW, EW, and then you have your standard one, BD, BE, BB, BA, and then you've got your deluxe, D4, D3, D5, and then you have your mini suites. So it's a lot of those subcategories that get people confused because you look online and you say, oh, well, the balcony is going to be $2,000. And then you click in and you pick that one in the middle and it's like $5,000. Like, wait, what happened? Why did it change? Well, because what they're showing you as that lead-in price online, anytime that you see balconies start at $1,500, that is a guaranteed cabin, which means that they get to select the location. And it's going to be in the very front or the very back, probably. Or if you go guarantee, sometimes you get lucky and you get a really nice one. But yeah, that's quickly the categories. I hope that wasn't too confusing.
Quite often, not always, but quite often, the actual cabins themselves are exactly identical. Mm-hmm. You might have some that are kind of a different mini category, like a balcony with a larger balcony, large balcony room, but
the room itself, the difference, like on Princess, I'm just thinking Princess has a whole series of balconies that start with the letter B. The physical room itself is identical. The only reason why the price is different is because of where it is on the ship. So now when you get up to a deluxe balcony, that is a physically larger room. And when you get up to a mini suite, that's a physically larger room. But that's where having a travel agent really helps, because we can help you guys navigate. Well, why is this cabin so much more? I gave you a price of $2,000, and then you come to me and go, "Why? I really want this cabin." It's like, well, that one's $3,500. It's the same cabin, just in a different place. So, Jay, you're leaving to board the Regal Princess next Monday. You're so excited for your first time on Princess. That's a great ship. That is your Royal class ship. They're absolutely beautiful. You should have a gelato stand on there. You should have a seafood restaurant from Rudy. You got the Crown Grill. You got Sabatini's. You got movies under the stars, like pretty much every night they're going to be showing movies under the stars. You got the Skywalk, I believe. I think it has the Skywalk. Maybe it has the Skywalk. I don't
think
know.
So.
Yeah, I can't remember if they all have them or they just started doing. Okay, but what a beautiful ship! And I got to say, when we went on the Sky Princess, that was one of the best buffets I have ever seen on any cruise ship. Like every single day, it was amazing. Tamika, hi Tamika, how are you? Good to see you. I think you're like the first person. Congratulations! I think you're the first person to ever actually comment from LinkedIn. So hello, LinkedIn. Tamika and I are just. I hope you all saw the video. We're so excited about this October cruise that's coming up on Brilliant Lady. I'll talk about it more in just a few seconds. Going through some more questions here. Spunky went on the seashore during the holiday. Awesome service. The only downside was the food in the dining room. Yeah, you know, and when it comes to the food in the dining room, you got to remember, what did I pay for this cruise? You're not going to get the best food in the world, but I do like the buffet a lot. My favorite, and I've told this story before, when we were on the seashore, my favorite thing in the dining room was one night, the menu just wasn't very good. And the server was fabulous. You know, everything I picked, she'd be like, She was just like talking me off of everything on the menu. And it got to the point where it was hilarious. So I love a server like that. She was very honest. She's just like, basically without saying it, she's like, there's not much good on here. There's like one or two things that you should order. And that's fine. We went up to the buffet. We got a couple of small things and then we went up to the buffet. So that's hilarious. Yeah. So Alyssa Lou wants to know my favorite overall cruise line. You've only ever done Royal Caribbean and Disney. Tamika, cover your ears. So far, I've had my two favorite overall cruise experiences. One, the Princess Cruise Tour that we did up in Alaska. I mean, that was it's still one of the most amazing things that I have ever done, where we spent 7 days on land. Princess has all of their own lodges. It was absolutely spectacular. And then we did 7 days on the Sapphire Princess going from Alaska down to Vancouver. Still, and it also the fact that it was one of my dad's final trips before we lost him. So that was amazing to spend that time with Dad. And, you know, just have that time before we lost him. And then just recently in December, we were on the Explorer 2, and you basically had to pry me off that ship to get off that ship. So those are two of my favorite cruise experiences. And
I think our very, very first group cruise on Valiant Lady was also kind of.
Cannot overlook that first group cruise on the Valiant Lady. That was Thanksgiving. What was so cool about that, I highly recommend Virgin Voyages for Thanksgiving, and I hope they still do this. I hope they all do this. But on the Valiant Lady, they serve Thanksgiving dinner every single night. Like, you could order their version of a Thanksgiving dinner in every single one of the restaurants each night, and each one did it totally differently. And my favorites were actually the Test Kitchen and Razzle Dazzle. So that was super cool. Like, you didn't have to decide on Thanksgiving night, which restaurant am I going to go to have Thanksgiving dinner? It was an option every single night in every restaurant. I thought that was super cool. So I just love. So if I'm going on a cruise tomorrow, it's going to be a big toss up. You know, Virgin's going to be in there, Explorer's going to be in there, Princess is going to be in there, Celebrity's going to be in there. I mean, it's just a roll of the dice. So those are some of my favorites. And Disney is amazing with their service, their food, their shows. I mean, it's hard to top a Disney show, right? And there is nothing like seeing the characters on a Disney ship, especially on formal night. Man, when you see Donald come walking towards you with his little spats on and his tuxedo top, that's like the best. That is the best. So, Cheryl, have I seen a decline in bookings since NCL changed their package? I would say it's no different.
Yeah, Norwegian's not one of our biggest sellers.
Yeah.
So it would be hard to notice.
Yeah, I mean, we're skewed right now because we have almost 300 people on the Norwegian Jewel for Tony and Jenny B. But I'd say our Norwegian sales are about normal. However, what I will say is that some of our top Norwegian clients are leaning now towards Princess and some of the other cruise lines, especially once they saw what Princess Plus included. They're like, oh my gosh, this is like amazing what this includes, because it has your gratuities, it has the Wi-Fi, it has a drink package, it has the premium desserts, it has 2 casual meals. It has Ocean Now delivery fees waived, room service delivery fees waived. The Ocean Medallion is sent to your house. Like, all of that is included. in the cruise fare, and it includes specialty coffee, which is great. So not only do you get your drink gratuities included, you get your gratuities, your hotel gratuities included too. So it's such a great deal. So hey, Tamika, Alex is saying that he really enjoyed the shows and the comedians on board. I really want to see you guys bring on more from the Goes Wrong show. Those guys, oh my God, the Mind Mangler was so fun on Valiant Lady. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Eric is saying unlimited specialty dining on Princess if you go with Princess Premier, especially if you're on a ship like the Sun Princess, or you're going to be on one of the other ships for longer than 7 nights. That Premier package is amazing. Basically, if you step up to Princess Premier, it's an all-inclusive cruise except for the excursion. It really is. It's unbelievable, the deal on that. Chase, do I think MSC is now officially in the top 3 of cruise lines, or do I think Norwegian still is? In terms of the amount of ships, MSC is going to be number 1 very shortly. They are building ships at such a clip that they will have the most ships. I don't know if you mean like official. I don't think there is any official top 3 of cruise lines. Everybody has their own opinion of what they are.
Well,
so
I think he's more referring to number of ships. That's
if you're talking the number of ships, I think they're number 2 right now. I think Carnival or Royal has more.
Carnival would have more than, because they've got more brands.
No, just a single brand, a single brand. I think either Royal or Carnival has the most ships, I think, and MSC is like right there. So MSC is going to take them over just because MSC didn't stop building during the pandemic. They just kept building because their freight line, they pretty much own the oceans.
They didn't
MSC
have to
freight.
take out all the loans that a lot of these
because their business exploded during
Mm-hmm.
COVID because of all the shipping that happened. So so I don't know. I don't know if there's an official, but in terms of the size of the cruise line, they're going to be the largest cruise line pretty soon. Yeah. On Celebrity and Royal Caribbean, what category is equivalent to the NCL Haven? So on Celebrity, that would be the retreat. It's not as many things included, but that would be the retreat, especially when you get to the upper levels of the retreat with the butler. And then on Royal Caribbean, it would be the Star class with the Genie, which there's only a couple. But the other thing you should be looking at is the one that we just talked about, which was Explorer Journeys. The entire ship is equivalent to the Haven on there, and you can generally pay a lot less to go on Explorer Journeys than you would on Norwegian. Now, right now, Explorer Journeys only has 2 ships, so they're not going as many places. The other thing you should be looking at Virgin Voyages Rockstar Suites, because there's a lot included there as well. Virgin includes every single restaurant on the ship. They include the Wi-Fi, the gratuities, the soft drinks. So there's a lot included there as well. So if you really like the Haven on Norwegian, Celebrity Retreat, you can also look at the Sanctuary on the Sun and Star Princess. You can look at the Rockstar Suite, and I would definitely be looking at Explorer Journeys for sure. Could consider the Yacht Club too on MSC. So yeah, you're welcome, Melissa Lou. I hope that was easy. Mama Donna loves the mini suite. The mini suites are just fabulous. I think the mini suite is like the sweet spot. The sweet spot on Princess. It's such a great category. It's just a little bit larger. You got that love seat over there. You got, or full sofa really. You got the extra TV. You got the extra room. The mini suite is my favorite category on Princess.
The biggest downside to it is, for some people, it depends on your opinion of this, is that the bathroom has a tub shower combo. And if you don't like to step up over the tub, that's a problem.
It's a perk. It's an upgrade.
Yeah, which is nice because it's bigger. It makes the shower bigger.
Pain to step over sometimes. Yeah. By the way, talking about showers, I mean, the shower on Explorer Journeys, like the basic shower, is bigger than most bathrooms on some of the other cruise. Like the shower itself could be the size of the bathroom on some other cruise lines. It is
in the
so
standard
big.
cabins.
Yeah, in the standard cabins. So, and the bathrooms that get bigger from there. Do we river cruise? And if so, what do you recommend? We're going to be going on river cruises soon. We've sold actually a lot of them. The ones that we sell the most tend to be AMA Waterways, Avalon Waterways, and Uniworld. Those are like the big 3 that we tend to book the most because they've got, a lot of ships in the water. They've got a lot of buried, like Uniworld, we have a Mekong river booked. I think that's like 18 days or something like that. It's an amazing itinerary. But those are the big three that we do. We don't book a lot of biking only because they have that rule where you got to pay it in full, like 12 to 18 months out if you book your first one there. I don't like that rule, so we tend to steer, we do present that to clients.
Most people don't like it.
Yeah,
either.
Most people don't like it either because your money's tied up for 18 months, whereas, the other cruise lines just want it like 120 days out or something like that. So that's a little nicer. But yeah, that's coming. A group river cruise is coming. Hopefully 26. Hopefully 26 we'll have a group river cruise to announce in the near future. So
Possibly
we're going to be hanging
27.
with Tony and Jenny next week. So who knows? Maybe we'll announce one together. All of us will go over together. That'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, so river cruises are coming. They are definitely coming. You love the Enchanted Princess. You booked it again in the same room. I'll tell you, that whole royal class princess is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. The buffet was awesome. Pizza especially. Alyssa Lewis is not too tacky. Can you explain how TAs make money? Oh, yeah. So, and it's not tacky at all. It's a great question to ask. So basically, travel agents get paid a commission by all of the travel partners. And all of the travel partners have that commission baked into the price. So the price that you see online already has it. So like if you're looking at a $2,000 balcony on the Enchanted Princess, I have that same $2,000 balcony and the commission is built into the price. Reason for that, especially with cruise lines, travel agents book approximately 75% of all staterooms on all those ships. There's a lot of ships out there and there's a lot of staterooms. Cruise lines can't sell them all. They can't even come close. They can only sell about 25% of all the staterooms. So travel agents are bringing in all of that business. So it's just built in. And in some states, now here in Florida, we're not permitted to charge a fee. Even if I wanted to charge a fee, we're not permitted to. But in some states, a travel agent are allowed to do it, and they will charge a planning fee, and some will charge more than that. So we don't charge anything at all. We get paid, and how we get paid is once you travel. So if you book with us, that's great, and we're very appreciative of that. But if you were to cancel, then we just don't make anything at all, and that's just part of the risk of doing the business. So that's why, like, we don't take on every single client. We have to, at some point we have to decide, well, is this worth going forward with? Because either we don't have a good feeling about it, or they're always coming in for like the absolute lowest and lowest and lowest, and they're taking a lot of our time. So we do have to walk that balance. But fortunately, we have a couple hundred of amazing clients, and more of you keep coming on board all the time. But yeah, it's not tacky to ask, and you should always be willing to ask a travel agent, hey, how do you make your money? It's all made on a commission, but we get paid when you travel. So if you don't travel, we don't get paid. So it's that easy. And then if some travel agents I've heard, they don't want to do the price reduction, because when you do the price reduction, then our commission goes down too. Our commission is fixed on your price. So, but I'm like, hey, if the price goes down, I want you to get that price difference. So, but that's why some travel agents are like, oh no, I can't do that price reduction. It's like, yeah, you can, you just don't want to.
Our philosophy is we'd rather have long-term clients than one and done.
Yes. We much prefer having long-term clients than trying to make the most on every sale. I mean, it's just like, and I'll be very honest, when we book flights, we make zero, absolute zero, because the airlines stopped working with travel agents quite a while ago. There are still some people who can book blocks of seats and things like that. But for the most part, like an independent travel agent like myself, the airlines don't really work with us anymore. So we get paid zero. Big fat zero when we book the flights, but we do it because we want to take care of everything that the clients have. Now, we won't book a flight, and like if you just simply call us and say, hey, Walt, can you book a flight? No, we won't. But if it's part of a package, absolutely, we'll take care of everything. It's weird to say it, but I never look at the commissions. I don't care about the commissions. I just care about, are we putting together the best product? Are we sending the client on a good trip? And now, are we taking care of them all the way through? Are we perfect? No. We are not perfect by any means, but we try our hardest for everybody. And then I just figure, well, if we take care of everybody, the commissions will kind of take care of themselves down the line. And that's kind of been our philosophy. And so far, it seems to be working. So as long as it keeps working, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. So, yeah, that's us anyway. Tac Boss. Oh, you going to say something? Did I miss somebody?
No.
Oh.
I was going to comment on this next one.
Oh, okay. I was just going to. Okay. So why don't you go ahead? My wife wants to go on a cruise. I get seasick easily. Any suggestion? Go ahead, Rebecca.
Well, my first question is if you're basing this on ferries or smaller boats, on, because cruise ships may or may not make you seasick if that's your experience.
Right.
So that's the first thing.
Right. Yeah, because the smaller boats, they will really rock a lot. A bigger cruise ship, I mean, you're talking about a 14 to 17 story building on the water. If you really think about that, like if you look at a 17 story hotel, that's what's going on the water. So ships do tend to be smoother. And what you want to do, first of all, for your room, for your stateroom, you want to be low on the ship and you want to be as close to the middle as possible because that has the least motion. If you can't get to the middle, then work your way back. Don't go forward, work your way back. That's why on a cruise ship, all the restaurant, pretty much most of your restaurants, your entertainment, all that stuff is going to be down on decks like, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're going to be low on the ship because that's where there's less motion. So you want your stateroom to be down lower on the ship and as close to the middle as we can get you. Number 2, there are these things called C-bands. They go around your wrist and they do a little pressure point right here. A lot of people swear by them. Rebecca has started wearing them. Our friends.
Only upon occasion.
Yeah. And Stephanie, my dear friend Stephanie, wears them Stephanie's been on over 100 cruises now.
And she gets seasick.
She gets seasick and she wears the C-bands all the time.
The important thing with those is to read the instructions and wear them properly.
Wear them properly because they've got to be worn properly. Otherwise, they're not going to help you at all.
They've got to get to the right pressure point.
Ginger candy, ginger ale, those can help you out. And then the crew swears by green apples. The green apples can help as well. So if you get seasick easily, just know that going on a big ship is going to be a different experience than going on a ferry or a smaller boat that just
like
rocks in the waves.
Fishing boat.
Yeah,
way
big
different.
The big ships, you're going to feel the most motion at the very top, and it's when they're running parallel to the swells and the ship rocks left to right. That's when you feel the most motion, when you're at the very top.
And we're not saying that you might not feel something on a big cruise ship, but it is a very, very different experience. Myself, I can get a little seasick on ferries or smaller boats, but I only a couple of times I even felt queasy on cruise ships.
We got very nice comment on YouTube. Mimi saying, I can confirm that Walter and Rebecca are the best. So glad they're my TAs. And Eric said, Walter's being modest. They're pretty perfect. I don't know if we're perfect, but I really appreciate the kind words. And Eric, we're finally going to meet. It's getting close, man. It's getting close. In May, we're going to meet. I can't wait. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate the kind words. I appreciate all of your support. Y'all have been amazing. And we're starting to get so many referrals now, which I absolutely love that. Hey, my friend said I need to call you, and I'm so thankful for y'all for referring us. Kevin wants to know, you booked your first Mediterranean cruise on Celebrity Equinox. Is the all-included package worth it? First of all, keep in mind, I like that you put it in quotes because Celebrity's all-included package is only drinks and Wi-Fi. That's it. No gratuities. So your hotel gratuities are on top of that. So just like we always say, they have priced it in such a way that if you bought the Wi-Fi and the drink package individually, you will be paying more. I mean, they have set that up. But you really got to look at the drinks. Are you going to drink enough to make it worth that added cost? Like, I'm going to get the Wi-Fi for sure. But I would not get the drink package because I'm not going to drink enough to justify how much that drinks package is. So what you want to do, by the way, Celebrity Equinox, beautiful ship. Love that ship. We actually went through Hurricane Irma with that one. Absolutely gorgeous ship. So you need to just Google Celebrity bar menus and just start taking a look at some of those bar menus. Take a look at the Cafe El Bacio menu, which is a coffee shop, and try to figure out, okay, what drinks do I like? What beers do I like? What wines do I like? What coffee do I like? How much do I think I'm going to spend a day? Just go ahead and do the math. Keep in mind, too, that on a Mediterranean cruise, how many ports do you have on that one? They're usually pretty port heavy. So are you even going to be on the ship enough to take advantage of the package? Like when you're in the Caribbean, you get these long sea days, or maybe you've been to the port multiple times. you're going to stay on the ship. So yeah, I'm going to drink more in the Caribbean than I would in the Med. So really take a look at those ports, and are you even going to be on the ship long enough? So one, run the math on the drinks, and then see if the package itself is going to end up being cheaper than just buying a la carte.
And just to make it slightly more complicated, you have to take into account the drinking habits of both adults in the cabin.
Right.
Because both adults will have to buy the package.
Yes.
So if one of you is a teetotaler and the other one's just a moderate drinker, chances are it's not going to make sense.
Not going to work out. Yeah, because both of you have to get it. So I love this. On YouTube, Carol D says ginger lozenges called Morning Ease from Amazon. She used them on the Disney Wonder Cruise to Alaska. Great. So there's an actual ginger candy called Morning Ease, and she said she used those. Rebecca just typically gets the ginger candies. They're great. So yeah, thank you so much. I love our community. Thank you, Carol, for jumping in. Thank you so very much. Thoughts about MSC, thoughts about the cruise line, Michael. We've actually been talking about that a couple of times today. MSC is a very good cruise line. What you just have to remember is you're paying a lot less to go on that cruise line. So the food may not be the best, service may not be the best, but the ships are gorgeous. The rooms tend to be a little bit on the larger side. You know, like same category on Royal Caribbean, might be a little bit smaller. You get a little bit of a larger room, on the MSC. But they're a beautiful ship. They got big pools, lovely pools. I have a whole thing. I talk to my client about it when they go on an MSC ship to kind of prepare them to go on it. But you just have to remember MSC is MSC. They are not Norwegian, Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Margaritaville, anybody else. They are their own thing, and they do things their way. And so you just have to accept that. But we've been on 2 ships. We enjoy them. We're going to be going on another ship hopefully this year. Maybe this year we'll sneak off to Port Canaveral or something to go on there. But no, they're a good cruise line. There's just some caveats about it. I have talked about it a couple times today, so that's why I'm not jumping into a full description. The live is on YouTube. You can always scroll through that. So yeah, I apologize. If you want to reach out, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. I did talk about this earlier in the show. We're going to be we're hosting 150 people between myself and my colleague Alyssa, Tuesday through Monday on the Margaritaville Islander. We got a big Valentine's cruise. We got a vow renewal happening. We got a lot of things happening on the ship. So if you're trying to schedule an appointment with me, you're going to see I don't have a lot of time this week because we're going to be on the ship entertaining 150 people. If you really need to talk to me this week, just send me an email, and there will be pockets of time that will be available, and I'll just go ahead and figure that out and book you guys in. So if you're wondering why, you're looking at my schedule online, you're like, God, he doesn't have any time available. It's because we've got a big 6-night group cruise coming up on Tuesday. Hey, Brandy, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. What budget should you start for beginning a cruise? Well, I mean, so I can book 2 people on a cruise from anywhere from say like $800 all the way up to $100,000. I mean, literally that's the widespread. It all depends on the ship you're going on, what itinerary you're going on, when you're going to sail on it, and the itinerary or where you're sailing from. If you go during the holidays, that's the peak time. If you go during spring break, that's a peak time. Go during the summertime, that's a peak time. Anytime the kids are out of school and the families are available, that's a peak time. The holidays are the absolute peak. That's like the most expensive cruises, period. New Year's can even be higher than Christmas. But yeah, so your beginning budget just depends on where you're going and when you're going. So that's a good reason to work with a travel agent to go ahead and just reach out, and then we can help you walk through what your options are. We have sent so many people on their first cruises, and that's always a big consideration on the first cruise. Like, I don't really want to spend a lot of money. Okay, well then let's go. Like MSC, Carnival, those are 2 really good low-cost cruise lines to go on. Norwegian can be at certain times of the year as well. Certainly Margaritaville is a great first cruise line as well. That's a really good entry if you live in the Florida area. Yeah.
I mean, we've sent people with all sorts of budgets.
Every budget.
I mean, every budget you can imagine. There have been a few that we just couldn't make work.
Yeah, we couldn't make it work, but
I mean, it's anywhere. People can go for $1,000, and they can also go for over $20,000.
I mean, I think we've booked staterooms now anywhere from like $500 for a couple all the way up to almost $100,000 for a suite. So yeah, we booked a wide gamut. That's one of the things that I really pride us on, is that we really listen to you. And what do you want? I'm not going to try to force. If you tell me your budget's $1,000, I'm not going to try and force you to get a $5,000 stateroom. That doesn't make any sense. I will show you some that might be $1,500, just slightly over your budget. But, we really try to stay within your budget, within reason. And there's times where, look, the budget is just not going to work where you want to go, when you want to go. And we're going to tell you why. We're going to get on the phone with you and say, hey, this is what we found. This is it. So either we need to change the date, we need to change the location, we need to change, something has to change in order to get into your budget. And that is something that we do. We don't just simply throw a proposal at you and walk away. The proposal is the first step. And, then we just keep working with you until we get you to where you need to be. Hey, Stacy, 50 days at the Trans-Pacific. When did we book that? Like 5 years ago? Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited for y'all. They're going to be on Celebrity Trans-Pacific. We always talk about Transatlantic. There's also Trans-Pacific coming up from, I think you're leaving Australia and bringing it up to Hawaii. That's going to be amazing.
Which, just as a side note, I definitely would not recommend Trans-Pacific or Transatlantic for anybody who's worried about seasickness. Just avoid it.
Even transatlantics, you just
That's
never know.
What I said, both.
Oh, both. Okay, yeah. Jack wants to know, is the commission still made if you book through Easy Air on Princess? Yeah, actually, I think there's a slight commission on the air when you do that, but I'm not sure.
It's less than the cruise itself, but there is a small.
Yeah, it's very slight. Douglas is looking at quick weekend cruise. Utopia and Liberty are running the same route in days. Opinions. Well, Utopia, Utopia is the newest of the new. She is an Oasis class ship. She's the newest Oasis class ship. There's still one more coming. If I was given the choice, now Utopia will be more expensive than Liberty, but given the choice, I would take Utopia every time, because Utopia's just got everything on it. Now, Liberty is
budget.
Yeah, depending on budget. Now, Liberty is going to be a heck of a lot less, because she's a Freedom class ship. She doesn't have everything Utopia has, and she's not brand spanking new. So, but if it was me and the budget worked, I would be on Utopia. If you want to be more budget conscious and just enjoy the ship and spend your money on other things, Liberty.
Though personally, just for us personally, we're not huge fans of the weekend cruises, because they do tend to be more booze cruises than others. And
Royal is really pushing that party atmosphere on that 3-day cruise. So if it's a 3-nighter you're looking at, just know that Royal is really pushing that party vibe on Utopia for the weekends. It's quite a bit different. I mean, all of their ships have that party vibe when it's a 3-day, but Utopia is really, really pushing that it is a 3-day party weekend. So just understand that you're going to see a lot more of that. Stacy's saying the Sky Princess barely moved. She stopped her seasick meds on day 3. Yeah, that was a very smooth cruise that we went on.
Time of year can have a lot of effect on it too.
That can. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate it. And Alex is saying that we really do listen. You're looking forward to your New York City to NOLA reposition in October. Thank you. Let's see. We got that. We're going to have to wrap this up in just a few minutes. Oh, you're welcome, Melissa. I try to be very transparent on how we make our money, because it's important for you guys to understand that as well. There's no secret to it. I mean, the cruise lines will tell you, we tell you. Fresh ginger and green tea with fresh lemon. There's another good one from Tidal Wave for seasickness. Celebrity has one of the nicest zero proof drink menus.
I tell you, everybody is really starting to improve their non-alcoholic cocktail menus.
Yeah.
And in fact, I think Princess, I believe, has a partnership with Blake Lively's company.
Yeah, Blake Lively and Carnival has a partnership with somebody. And there's a lot of partnerships.
So there's a lot of people that are really upping their non-alcoholic cocktail game.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to have to wrap it up quick, but I see, is it true that you don't have to pay gratuities? I only want to tip what I use. So technically it is true, but here's why you should never, ever do that. You get served by your bartender. You get served by your room steward. There are dozens of people behind the scenes that you don't see, and the bartender could not give you your drinks, could not give you your ice if that support staff wasn't behind them, bringing all that stuff to them. And your room steward couldn't do what they're doing without the people in the laundry, without the people that are behind them, getting them all the supplies so that they can clean your room. And when you turn off the gratuity, they lose their tips. So to me, you should never, ever turn off those tips, because there are people behind the scenes. You get to see the front of house. You don't get to see the back of house.
And you still benefit from that back of house.
If that back of house wasn't there, you wouldn't have a bartender, you wouldn't have a room steward, because they would be running around back of house doing your laundry and doing all that other stuff. And that's the part that a lot of people don't consider. Well, I just want to tip the people that actually help me. Well, that room steward probably has 25 people behind them that are helping you. You just don't see them. So my advice is never turn them off. If you want to give a little something extra to the people that actually help you, by all means do it. But please don't turn them off, because there's a lot of people behind the scenes that benefit that actually directly serve you. So, Doc DJ, they have ginger shots available at Virgin Voyages in the coffee shop. That's right. Best cruise to go solo and not pay double occupancy. Virgin Voyages has solo cabins. Norwegian has solo cabins. Explorer Journeys actually has 0 solo supplement on a selection of cruises. It changes every week, but literally 0. You only pay for one person. MSC Mirovia from New York to the Bahamas was affordable. Yay! Yay. Okay. So there we go. Which one had the best excursion for thin notes and adventures? I don't know. I don't know excursions offhand. Sorry. There are 2 great independent shore excursion companies, Shore Excursions Group and Venture Ashore. And with that, I am going to go ahead and wrap this up, because I have a meeting starting in about 25 minutes. Folks, if we can help you in any way with your cruises, or if you want to come join us, consider joining us on one of these group cruises. We have about 6 or 7 that are currently posted on our website. Go to where'swaltertravel.com, look at group travel, and come join us on one of those cruises. Or if we can help you in any way with your travel, please do reach out. where'swaltertravel.com. Our services are 100%, seriously, 100% free to you. We do not charge you a dime. So if we can help you land, luxury cruise expedition, our land stuff is really starting to grow now. I'm very excited about the land stuff and taking some land tours in the near future. So wherever you are in this amazing world, everybody, I hope you all have a great Sunday. The next time you see me, I will be on the Margaritaville Islander, wondering if Rebecca's going to say I do again on Valentine's Day when we do our vow renewal. Yay! So make sure you follow along. I'm going to be better about posting this time. So I will be posting from Tuesday on. So wherever you are in this amazing world, have an awesome Sunday, everybody. Yay! Have a good day.